Welcome to week 5 of 12 weeks of Christmas. This is actually the third video I have done about mass producing cards, tips on how to mass produce them if you are someone who likes to send a bunch of cards the same. And I was realizing that the other two that I did both really relied mostly on the paper and just had one little stamp. And I hadn't really addressed if you want to make a card that has a bunch of several stamps on it. So I thought that would be a fun thing to talk about that today with mass producing. So we are using the Merry and Bright stamp set. It's Karen Titus stamping on the back porch. And just some little tips and tricks with this. So I'm just going to start with the base card again. I'm only going to do 4 because actually I have my cards all done. I don't need a whole bunch more Christmas cards. So I just did 4 because we're going to have those all ready. And then we're going to mass cut these just like we had done with the other cards. So this is my designer series paper. And this is gorgeous. I'm using this old-fashioned kind of light. So you can see this is 5.5. This is going to be 5 1/4. So I am going to cut this at 5 1/4. And if I were making lots more cards, I would also cut this one at 5 1/4. And then I'd be going through with doubles. I only need 4 and I want them 1.5 inches. So I'm going to cut at 3 and 3. And then I'll cut these at 1.5. Okay, now I do all the assembling at the end, so we aren't even going to talk about this, but this is how these are all done. So we would go through and assemble all these. And then I have these parts cut, and then I have these ready. Okay, so this is the part I really wanted to talk about. So I'm going to do 4 at a time right here. You could do however many you want to be doing, but I'm going to kind of line mine up like that. This is a large stamp that goes off the edge. So that's why I just am making sure I have my paper under here. And I'm using shaded spruce. So I'm going to close this up. And I'm basically, let's see, what part am I doing? I don't know. I'm just going to kind of guess here, and we're going to go ahead and put these on. Okay. And they can all be a little different. I just am making sure that I'm not going over on the other, if that makes sense. That would kind of ruin things a bit. And then I have the little tops of these. I'm putting 2 of these on. So you'll notice I'm not just doing the whole card from beginning to end. I'm going to put a couple of these covers on each one. So I'm just going to go through and do this. I love mass producing. Once you come up with one idea, it's just so nice to have cards on hand. Now, I'm not standing, which I usually do, so if anything's a little off, we'll just blame it on that. Okay, so now we have that part done. Whoa, next, okay, we are going to do, I have 2 colors here. Okay, I better put this in so we can see it there. I have 2 colors for this, and what I think is really fun, I don't know if you can see on here, but I put Wink of Stella on the end, and it actually, especially on the Poppy Parade, rubs it out a little on the end, but it makes me think of the shine. I'm doing that on purpose because it makes me think of the shine of those trees, and I think that this one was wetter. If I'd used a darker color, this would do the same. So actually, let's do the Poppy Parade first. You can see what I mean. And so if I'm going to use the Wink of Stella, I'd probably do a few at a time and then use the Wink of Stella, but I'm going to do all 4. This is just so much faster than keeping on changing everything. And then look what's cool. If I use my Wink of Stella and I just start doing this one's going to go way out, but I'm just going to show you what I mean. So see how this one goes way out? Now, maybe I don't want it to go that much out. Maybe I want it to just be, we'll do this one, just be inside. I could do that. Let's say I want it to go out a little. Do you see how it fills in that little bit there? And I want it to go out a little, but probably not quite as messy as the last one. So I'm going to make these. Oh, see, I just love that little glow because it just reminds me of kind of what the trees actually do. So that's the point at which I would do my Wink of Stella, and then I'll just clean that off. Then I will clean my stamp. If I'm not doing the Wink of Stella, if I just want it to stay inside like that, I'd go ahead and just do all of these. It is just so easy to do, and I should close this up and park it. I just think this is so pretty. And then I'm just gonna have all my, whoa, I made a mistake on that one. I should be using a smaller block. I'm just gonna make sure I don't mark this one. So I might have a reject, or not necessarily a reject. I'll just put my words over there. That'll be totally fine. Okay, so now to put these together, I would have all these done. And then I am going to, yeah, I will figure out something that could be another thing very easily from there. Just see, then I'm doing different steps all at once. There's one more thing that I want to show you before this is done. So if I put those on, then I'll go through and do all this. So this is to all of you marathon card makers out there. Because the last thing that I put on that were these words, and I just wanted to talk a bit about these words. You can see I did them right here because I'm just going to hand cut them out. But we have talked before about the best ways to put these on. Let's say I just pulled this out of my thing and I just put it on, and I just stuck it on there. And let's see if I can show it right here. Do you see how that's really crooked? So I want to mention a couple things. If you want it crooked, these are just great. You can do that. You can make it the shape. So for instance, we have that new curved punch for occasions. So you could make other things curve and fit into that. I should have brought that out to show with this. I'm not sure if this would fit in or not, but so this time I'm making it curved. So let's say I want this to go over, well, I guess it would go this way, and I'd have something up there. So you see how you can play with it. But if I want it straight, I'm going to just let it sit down. I'm going to make sure it looks pretty straight. And I'm going to let it just, I don't know, relax or whatever you do. We're it's just going to sit there. I kind of curved it, so it's going to make sure it looks kind of straight now. But I'm going to just let it set like that. And now I will have them nice and straight. So other quick little tips for that. Then I'm just going to cut these out, put all these cards together, and I think that's all you need to see to make it, well, all you need to see. So make sure you stay tuned for the other 12 weeks, and thanks for watching. Bye.